Hello everybody, it's vanburman here. Welcome back to another video. Poru have reached out to me to take a look at their USB-C hub with power delivery. I have reshot this, so I have already unfortunately unboxed it, but I have run the tests and everything I wanted to do. So I've got a pretty good idea of how this device is. I should say I was sent it for free by Poru themselves, and just to take a look at and have a review, do an unboxing, that kind of thing. All the opinions, obviously, on my own, or maybe not obviously, but they are on my own. So I'm allowed to say whatever I want, which is great. I wouldn't accept any sort of sponsorships that weren't that way around, to be honest with you, because I feel as though it's quite disingenuous. So that's it. That's all I've got to say. Any questions on that, though, do let me know in the comments. I will quickly read through a few bits on the device itself, and that is that it's got 100-watt power delivery. That's not quite 100% true. It's 100-watt power input and 90-watt power output. That will also vary as well depending on what you're using to connect to the Type-C hub. None of that is anything shocking. It's just the way these things work. So yeah, it's just worth noting. This doesn't do power, HDMI. It only does power and data. Data in terms of data from your hard drives or USB-C thumbsticks, whatever it may be. And also it does around, although we'll check, but it does about 5-watt power delivery to your devices through the Type-C. So not suitable, I would expect. Haven't tested it though for charging devices through these itself. So yeah, just worth noting. Like I say, I've already unboxed it, but I will unbox it again. So not quite as good this time, but still. Here we have the device itself. It comes with a 30 centimeter cable, which is, yeah, like adequate, what you would expect, I suppose. And it's got the Poru logo on the front, and then the 4 marked USB-C 3.2 Gen 2 slots, which if the world wasn't any more confusing in the Type-C space, then that definitely also done it. Stalling for time while the camera focuses. Good job, camera. So that's the device. We've got a instruction booklet as well, which I'll run through because that's quite important. So as you can see, it's not advertising being able to charge anything. It's saying that you can use these devices and you can plug them into these things. I'll do a very quick test, although it's not going to prove or disprove anything, but just to show you the method that I went through when I was testing the device. I don't actually personally have that many Type-C inputs for things, so mainly just power and the odd device like my keyboard that has, really cool actually, has a dual A and C, so you can put it in whichever slot is free for the device that you're using, and it's got the transmitter in there, which is pretty cool actually. Not bad for a £30 find off of Amazon with hot swappable key switches. But we're not talking about the keyboard today, although maybe we should another day. But yeah, there we go. So what have we got in the instruction manual? Usual stuff, but it does give you a good outline of the specifications and also a diagram of the device itself. So yeah, nothing too unsurprising there. Like I say, it's around it's 0.9 amps, 5 volt out for USB is the standard. So yeah, around 4.5, 5-ish watts on your devices that you plug into it, which is more than fine for mice, keyboards, that sort of thing. Like I say, just not very good at doing actual charging, but I will show you this so that you can see. Something else I just noticed here, which I will pick up on in a second. But they've got a number of troubleshooting comments in there. So it's just things talking about how you can't reach the maximum speed on all 4 ports. So it's a theoretical bandwidth of 10 gigabytes a second. This is all pretty standard for this type of USB-C hubs. This doesn't do anything over and above what is currently possible on the market. So yeah, I wouldn't try and run 4 M.2 external M.2 SSDs off of here and expect to get 10 gigabit a second. You're definitely not going to be able to do that. You probably get decent speeds with the one, which from my testing is the case because I only have one to try. So yeah, it's limited, but I would suggest that the speeds are as fast as if you were just plugging it straight into the port of the device itself, which I think is all you can expect. For me, it's funny to say note before purchase. I don't know why I didn't pick this up before. Purchase. I don't know. It's difficult to pronounce. It's not recommended to use a wireless mouse. It's not recommended to. I don't understand what it's not recommended to use a wireless mouse means. If anyone can let me know, that would be really useful because I'm at a bit of a loss. Why would you not use a wireless mouse? Don't know. It's not recommended to insert 3 high-power hard drives at the same time. The sort of thing I was saying, but not only for bandwidth, also for power as well, which I hadn't necessarily really touched on. When the USB-C hub is connected to a high-power hard drive, it must be plugged into the USB power port to charge the computer. What must be plugged into? The hard drive. Okay. Please make sure the USB-C port of your laptop supports power charging and data transfer to use the full thing. Yeah, okay. That's true. So now might be a good time to say that with my personal laptop, which is a Flex 5 by Lenovo, I had a few issues using this Type-C hub. Not the issues that I faced there were not unique to this one, and that's the fact that it wouldn't charge through the hub, and that is because I don't know why, basically. So I've also used my Anker one that I used my Steam Deck, which works perfectly, and that has the same issue on that particular laptop. So I'm at a bit of a loss as to maybe it is the laptop that's not working, you know, that thinks it's something that it's not. Type-C hubs are very fickle at the best of times. I did try it with my work laptop, and it worked just as well as the current one that I've got. I don't know whether the current one works just about well enough. So, yeah, take from that what you will in regards to this device. I will show you very quickly the method that I used when testing out the device. So testing out the power delivery and that sort of thing. So I've got here a USB tester, so it tests for Type A, Type C, micro USB as well, and it will show you what sort of power you're getting. I'm going to do a quick and dirty test on my mobile. There's my phone, and we're just going to see if it matches the output of this cable here, which is a Steam Deck charger, which I think is like 45 watts or something, around there. So I'll plug this in. Talk you through what we're looking for on here, basically. So it shows you it does when it focuses anyway. It shows you the voltage, the amperage, and therefore the watts going into the device. Although it is saying that it's going the other way. That's strange. It's definitely not. It definitely is charging the device. So I'm not sure what's going on. I have flipped the screen around the other way, which might be why it's showing that. But yeah, so it's charging at around 14 watts-ish, which I think is it up to 15 watts of fast charging? I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, good enough, quick enough, fine, no problem. I think it's 35 or 45 watt. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to just run it through the device itself. So power delivery in, and then output through into the phone once again. It's a bit of a weird way, daisy chaining of doing it, but as you can see, it has the same, effectively the same 14-ish watts of power delivery to the phone. Same as if it was coming through the native charger. I would expect this to be the case, by the way. This isn't, incredible or anything like that. Far from it. It is exactly what I was expected to do. And then if I was to plug something in here, like the keyboard or whatever, it'll come up on the phone as well, so you could use it that way. Like I say, everything is, in this case, everything as expected, which is why, like I say, I felt the need to mention the troubles that I'd had with my own personal laptop, because which case, if I hadn't had my Anker hub, I would be saying, oh, this thing doesn't work properly. But it certainly works as well as anything else I've tried. And the max I've been able to get through it was about 40 watts, which was the same for the other device that I was using for my work laptop. So I can't vouch for the 90 watt power delivery. I don't have the methods of testing that at all. I don't have a 100 watt USB-C charger, so I think whatever those devices need, it would have to be tested on those. But yeah, that's the sort of thing I did when I was testing it on the laptop, my phone, Steam Deck, that sort of thing. Steam Deck recognized it and allowed it to charge, which was useful. I was also able to get my Type-C keyboard working as well. Like I say, nothing that I wouldn't expect it to, but like some of the things that I wasn't able to try that I would have loved to if I had the technology would be try multiple hard drives in the Type-C hubs and seeing what sort of speed that we get. Because I'm only able to try one, which I guess is the best case. That worked as I would expect it to. And I had my keyboard plugged in as well, which is my 2 USB-C devices. I did test the video output claim on here, obviously that it doesn't do video output. I can confirm that it doesn't. So yes, if you were expecting that it did when it said it didn't, you would be wrong, because it doesn't. And yeah, I think I'm running out of things to say now. What do I think of the device itself? Well, yes, it's fine. Quite frankly, I think it does roughly, for my testing anyway, does roughly what it claims to do. It's not magic, that's for sure. You have to realize the limitations that you're working with. In terms of costing, I think it's quite difficult to get in the UK. The links that I've got are for the US sites, so that might take a bit more difficult to get accurate UK pricing if it is something that you're interested in. But you can buy it off their own website. I haven't used that, so I'm not going to say either way if that's the best way to do it. I would recommend buying these things off Amazon if you're going to, so you have some sort of protection. Particularly if you get a bad unit. I'm not sure what the quality of each one is like. My one seems to be fine for the most part. Well, not for the most part. It has been fine. I've had no issues, like I say, with it for the testing that I've done. And that's really about it. If you want to go check it out, it's around £40, I think, £35-40 in the UK. So whatever that equates to in dollars, which puts it basically in line with all of some of the lower end, more branded stuff. Like my Anchor one was roughly around that sort of price, a little bit more expensive, £5-10 more expensive, but you know, that's the sort of ballpark that we're looking at. And those ones have a lot more functionality, well, different functionality, I would say, like having the Ethernet jack, having Type A ports, which a lot of people still use. But then again, if you're in the Type-C ecosystem with your Apple Mac and that sort of thing, maybe something like this is better than having Type A ports. And of course, you can get adapters, so it's not 100% a problem. Yeah, I don't know that the market is necessarily huge for this. Maybe I'm wrong, though. I don't know. I feel a lot happier having Type A ports on or at least a Type A port on a device. That's about it. So, yeah, if you've stuck this far, God knows why, but thank you very much for watching. And yeah, feel free to check out the links and more description to the product in the comments. If I can answer any questions on it, do let me know. Like I say, the amount of testing I can do is rather limited, but I'm happy to do anything that is asked for specifically if it's in my gift to do so. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye for now.